Okay, amazing, amazing. Let's start. So, yesterday we learned about the smart contracts. We understood how and why smart contracts are important. We learned in detail what are the uses of a smart contract, what kind of precision smart contracts they bring to the industry. But today we are going to learn about the blockchain trilemma and how innovations try to solve it. Welcome back, everyone. We have decoded blockchains by now. We have played in the mines of consensus. We have broken down tokenomics until even your inner economist sat up straight. But today we walked into the cathedral of blockchain theory, a place where three gods sit at the table: scalability, security, decentralization. Basically, these three elements they summarize the whole industry, and these elements are called the blockchain's USP, unique selling point. And these three elements they summarize the whole foundation of the creation of blockchain. And when we think about scalability, where millions and billions of users can transact and can perform all the actions seamlessly. And if we talk about security in the blockchain, nobody can take nothing from you if you don't have the keys. It's your keys, your crypto. Everybody can see it, but nobody can take it. And then the decentralization, where there is autonomy, there is free will, and you are not being controlled by any bank or intermediary in doing financial transactions. And all these factors together was a dream. All these factors individually were a revolution. If we individually look at scalability, yes, products which are scalable, they create billion-dollar businesses. Systems which are secure are trusted more. And decentralization is something that humans love, and it is the urge of the human civilization to be free. But all these three at once, the universe says, let's nice try. Welcome to the blockchain trilemma, the problem Satoshi left for the next generation to solve. Let's step into it. The rule of three, blockchain's impossible triangle. Imagine you if you're building a magical global network. You want it to never stop. You want it to be very secure. And you want it to never cheat, have decentralized governance. And you don't want it to slow down. That it should be super scalable. If you have 1,000 people in your network, you want to have maybe more than 500,000 in your network. Even while building a global network, you want security, decentralization, and scalability all at once. It all sounds like a dream which can be only fulfilled by blockchain. Congratulations, you have just set yourself up for existential disappointment. Because blockchains, unlike politicians, actually cannot promise everything. Satoshi chose security plus decentralization at the cost of scalability. What Satoshi built was Bitcoin, which was super secure, cannot be hacked, cannot be forged, cannot be faked, cannot be multiplied, cannot be duplicated, cannot be created again, and which is controlled by no one. But the scalability was his challenge. He could not tap into scalability back then. That's why for the first year, only Satoshi Nakamoto was mining the bitcoins. Every single day, 7,200 bitcoins went to Satoshi Nakamoto's wallet. Because he could not create, he could not manage, he could not step into scalability with the blockchain. With Bitcoin blockchain, he could accomplish deepest of the strongest security with complete decentralization. And then Bitcoin became Fort Knox with the dial-up modem. And then Ethereum came. Ethereum chose security plus decentralization, but with gas fees occasionally that occasionally resemble mortgage payments. Then came along the new chains. Some chose decentralization plus scalability. They became very popular, but the security fell asleep. Some chose security plus scalability, but decentralization became a cute marketing phrase. And the few brave said, we will solve all three. And the world whispered, good luck. This is the trilemma, a long standing, academically certified headache. And we are also striving to accomplish all with our ecosystem. We have scalability, we have decentralization, but in terms of we have security, we have decentralization, but in terms of scalability, we are working on a 3-year-old roadmap. If we will be able to onboard 10 million users in next 3 to 4 years, I think that would be our victory and achievement of this trilemma. Why this trilemma exists? The physics of trustless systems. If we zoom in deeper, decentralization means thousands of nodes verify data independently, which slows the system. Security means every block must go through rigorous validation, which slows the system even more. While scalability means you want millions of transactions per second, but good luck with by getting thousands of global nodes to agree that fast. So for the same sake, we will be introducing more nodes, and the goal is to match the Bitcoin blockchain to have number of nodes so that we can be more scalable. In blockchain land, more decentralization means more redundancy. And more redundancy means more verification. And more verification means less speed. It's like trying to cook a meal while 500 people inspect each ingredient. Yes, it will be safe. Yes, the kitchen is democratic, but no, it will not be fast. The trilemma is not a bug, it is the consequence of a trustless world. Everything must be verified because nothing is assumed. Layer 1, Layer 2, Layer next, humanity's attempt to outsmart the triangle. And then came the rebels. Layer 1 innovators. Chains that redesigned the base engine. Solana said, let's make it fast enough to annoy Visa. Avalanche said, let's split network into subnets. Polkadot said, let's build parallel chains. Cardano said, let's write research papers, many papers. Each of them tried bending the trilemma without breaking it. Then came the layer 2 magicians. When Ethereum got too slow and expensive, layer 2s appeared like a software duct tape. Rollups, sidechains, state channels, and zero knowledge proofs. Rollups take thousands of transactions, compress them, and send a summary to Ethereum. So rollups say that we did the homework, just grade the final answer to Ethereum. Suddenly, Ethereum felt lighter. Suddenly, scalability seemed possible. And layer 3 visionaries came. Because humans cannot leave things alone, someone said. What if we stack blockchains like pancakes? Now we have layer 3s promising custom economies, industries, and AI powered chains. The trilemma shivered. Let's try to speculate the future. Will the trilemma fall? We stand today in an age of zero knowledge proofs, modular chains, parallel VM execution, sharding, and shared security, all attempting the impossible. Will we truly solve the trilemma? It is still unlikely that we can say that yes, we can solve it. But if we cheat it so well that it stops mattering, absolutely. Blockchain evolution doesn't kill the trilemma, it negotiates with it. And so far, humans are getting better at bargaining. Investigation threads up for sharp thinkers. Now let's try. Let me give you guys some homework. Study one chain that claims to solve the trilemma. First, note down the blockchain trilemma. This is the blockchain trilemma. Let me copy and paste in the chat. And then if you try to solve, look how blockchains and which blockchain actually tried to solve the trilemma, then I will ask you and you will get more understanding. List how it cheats a triangle and does it succeed or simply shift the burden. Second task, compare layer 1 versus layer 2 and their scaling approaches. Which appeals more to you and why? Explore zero knowledge proofs. In 3 to 5 lines, explain how proving something without revealing it might disrupt finance. Identify the biggest bottleneck in Web3 adoption. Pick one and defend your choice. Is it speed, cost, education, or user experience? You have to pick one and then defend your choice. This is how you will understand more deeply how this trilogy uh, kind of influences the whole technology. We have danced around the triangle. We have stared at the constraints that built a $1 trillion industry. We have seen how innovation constantly battles the laws of distributed physics. And tomorrow we move into the zone where code becomes law. In the episode 10, we will start with Bitcoin, the first scarce digital asset, where automation replaces middlemen. And the future finally starts negotiating back. So see you all tomorrow. We will start with Bitcoin tomorrow.